I mean, these companies getting paid to clean these places up 100%. If they're not doing it, all you have to do is call them out. Look at that bed. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting all that, but hey, special treat for y'all. We're rolling out. Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday. It's a good Friday. Last video put out, we had 4 different property types to help you guys make that top income, right? Well, today we're gonna do that 5th, and man, this is the top tier. It's what most of us are striving to get to, all right? Especially if you're a solo entrepreneur and you really just love being an artist out here, landscaping, creating life as you go, and more beauty than God already created. Yeah, these right here, that's what we're looking for. But you're going to have to wait, because these are at the end of the video. So, what is the 5th and very top tier of these accounts that I talked about in the last video? Stick around, you'll see. If you're new to the channel, this channel's purpose is to help everyone that wants to climb that mountain of success in your lawn care and landscaping business. Stick around. I'll be doing some amazing voiceover knowledge drops. Pay attention to the techniques we use throughout the video. It all matters. For those of you that aren't here for the business advice, we have these amazing views every single video with amazing properties, beautiful landscaping, and a lot of hard work as it happens. We're not going to hide anything out here. How it goes down, that's how you're going to see it. That's how we all learn, right? These life stories. Every so often, we'll even throw out those videos of the behind the scenes of our real life and the adventures and fun that we all have when we're not out here working hard. What's going on, everybody? First stop of Friday. Nice and small, but we're gonna do some extra cleanup with the driveway and roll on through our day. Stick with us, see what we get into, and see what kind of topics we're gonna talk about. Alright, so this neighborhood is an HOA, like we talked about yesterday. I'll show you the edging they have, the weed eating skills. I'm probably going to touch it up for her, for free. It's kind of bothering me looking at it. So today's topic is our level 5 top tier lawn care and landscaping properties and accounts. Where I specialize in residentials. Love them to death. So much opportunity in these top tier properties. Just this new small bed right here needs to be cared for on a year-round basis. All these trees, plants, shrubs need fertilization. The place needs to be pruned throughout the different seasons and fresh multiplied. This blowing technique here is how I prefer to blow out light debris and grass that falls into the bed lines. Backwards, a little swivel motion. It does not disturb the mulch, and it disperses all the debris to where it just disappears pretty much. Quick little tip there. Any property we service that you're going to see, we blow off every single surface that there is. Front doors, back patios, pool areas. It all collects pollen, and this is the service that we do on these top tier level 5 properties. Alright, so we were talking about the HOAs just last video, right? And then this came up. This whole community just saw come up the hill, like I said, is an HOA. And then I noticed the quality of the edging and the beds and the overall quality of the whole place. So, look, it wasn't anything for me to go through and clean that up real quick for my new client. She's good friends with my other clients I've had for a couple of years now. So, look, I'm gonna do that. The rest of the time we're up here doing that place is we're gonna clean out the front bed like we just did, make sure it's edged and clean since the other company doesn't want to. That being said, if I was into HOAs and I was walking the property to pick it up and bid on it and take it from some other company, those are the details you look at. The bed edging, the cleanup in the beds, the blowing of the driveways that you just saw us do. All that was extra that, in my opinion, the company should be doing as an HOA. So, I don't know. I'd probably think that this place is at least $50,000 a year. Just the maintenance on it, and then you throw in snow removal, and that could be a lot of money because this is a straight up mountain. I ain't ever gonna bid on it. I've done places like this before with big crews. I don't want anything to do with that. But just in case you were curious, it's about $50,000 for something like this. Let's roll the next stop, head to the cul-de-sac today. So stick around, beautiful homes. So pay attention on our drive out. This could easily be a top tier level 5 HOA account for a company who has 5-6 employees running around strong with knowledge and skills. But no one's upsold that, apparently. Take a look. I mean, I'll be pointing out weeds, edges. I'll be pointing out all sorts of stuff. We got concrete weeds. Pretty shabby grade for me. What would y'all grade this property here? That alone. Look, that little pile you just saw on the side over there, that one. If I'm walking any apartment complex building that has to be nice looking, I could just point that up, talk my smack, and get this account. Any account that has just built up in the corners. I mean, these companies getting paid to clean these places up 100%. If they're not doing it, all you have to do is call them out. Look at that bed. Nah. I mean, I could be wrong. They could only want $22,000 worth of mowing grass done. That's all they're gonna pay for. I don't think so. Not this part of town. Not with those nice houses and the nice landscaping that's there. That could easily be improved. So, wow. Wasn't expecting all that, but hey, special treat for y'all. We're rolling out. We're gonna monitor this property for all the new blooms that come out throughout the season, because it's loaded with perennials and different shrubs that flower out year round. So this is our property we're gonna monitor. Many of you may be wondering how I learned all this knowledge and skill set. It's been 20 years of working hard in this industry in all different aspects of it. Running large commercial crews for large corporations, companies, that I've gained all this knowledge. And honestly, over the past 10 years of doing my own gig on these high-end residential properties, I have learned so much more about the design aspects, the amazing, unique trees and shrubs and plants that are available out here just from being on these properties. Those properties are coming up. I'm going to show you that I learned a lot from. What you're looking at now was our own. I did this whole design and install for this client 8 years ago. I can't wait for it to start blooming out because it goes continually throughout the entire year. And that's stuff that I picked up through the decades I've been out here, just hands-on experience. You'll notice the color schemes go blue, red, yellow to throw in that contrast. It's throughout the entire scheme of the place. The perennials that'll come up, the trees that'll bud out, they add whites and oranges as well. The Stihl bee here will plume out all white, big puffy plumes. These autumn ferns that you'll see around this amazing jaguar. The jugula perennial ground covering that eventually will take over the entire place. We have nandinas in the back with some amazing boxwoods in the front here. The weeping blue atlas is one of my favorite additions to any bare wall that needs to be covered. The D-rump boxwood in the corner won't get very big. The perennials down the front will start blooming at different times throughout the year. Love this property, guys. We're definitely going to keep an eye on it for you. Show you the amazingness that God gave us. Now, today this took us 22 minutes for the three of us. By myself, it takes about an hour to mow, weed eat, blow, and then go through the beds. The mowing is 60, bed maintenance about 20-25 per visit when I do it. Just so you know, not a big property, but lots of profit. This is one of those pristine residentials that I talked about last video. Off to the next place. Saturday morning, I was blessed with a rain day, so I called a few clients. This was one of them. We get to revamp that bed right there and throw down the weed and feed that was missed in this early spring. On your days off, guys, take the time to reach out to your clients because there's plenty of work out there. Yeah, they're looking at the view y'all getting ready to look at. Pretty amazing. Let's look at it. Right here, right now, is the perfect time for you to stop, hit pause, and do the subscribe button. And of course, you can't not like this view that I'm showing you right here, so hit the like button for us. For some reason, it helps get this video shared out for everyone else to enjoy. Love you guys. You're an amazing community. Alright, so this property now belongs to the man who developed those three properties you just saw. So I have no clue what he's going to do to this property because he owns this lot also. I'll show you what we're working with right now. I don't touch it. He's got amazing crews that do most of his stuff for him. Unless he wants perfection, then he calls me in. He's already started his new project up here. A lot of work left to do. Alright, finish that up. So eventually the property that we just looked at, the little backyard, is going to be a pretty big deal to keep clean throughout the entire seasonal adventures. Show you the overview real quick. So that's where we were. We were right over there. This is all his. He'll eventually get all this developed and the way he wants it. Driveway goes way down the mountain. Got beds everywhere. Whole natural area here, it'll have to be kept clean. And whole lot more yard coming. So all this is gonna be turf all through here. There's the entrance to the backyard that we showed you. As you can tell from all the other estates down the mountain, this place will be landscaped beautifully eventually. His mom does all the design work. She's great at it. So check back in. We're gonna eat some lunch. Then we're headed down there to the mansions. So stay tuned. We're gonna keep an eye on this farm this season too, because the owners of this area right here in the valley just do an amazing job. They have amazing products available as well. Keep an eye out on that beautiful, beautiful property. We all know the saying, busy as a bumblebee. Well, I think this little dude just had the same lunch break that my guys did. Oh, it's about a little bit after 3 o'clock. We're ready to get on it, man. Boom. This is it, on the scene. Top tier level 5 properties in our rundown on what you should be getting to make that top dollar. So hey, we're gonna go through here, manicure. There's no tall grass. There's nothing out of place. There's no tall weeds. It's manicure, all right? Once it's under control for the spring, every visit is just a fine, detailed visit. Check it out. We'll get some footage. Awake now. Nice little rest. Nice little rest. That's high. Done it many times.
I've never been that high.
Dude, I've fallen asleep many times, man. Ain't no big. Usually it helps rejuvenate if it's only a 10-minute sleep. Everybody out here that works hard definitely knows those days where you conk out at lunchtime. Get that 10-15 minute power nap, and then we rock it back out. Let's do it. There goes Dalton up the hill.
Is that the right spot?
4 1/4. We're mowing this fescue in the first place, and second place 4 1/4. I change the heights as I go through here and there. So let's do it. We're gonna start this off talking about the actual procedure we go around mowing these large places with 3 men involved. And then we'll jump on to a lot of questions I'm going to ask you guys, just maybe to stimulate you to go onto Google and do some research on your own so you know the answers to these questions if you don't already. So we start off 3 men mowing. The push mower man is doing the fine detail mowing places. There's just a few of them here. And then he will jump onto weed eating right away. Once my other man, Ian, gets done with his mowing duties and the sections that are easier for the beginning mowers, he will also grab a weed eater, pitch in there with Dalton, and they'll knock that out together. Once they're finished weed eating, I'm still mowing the more difficult areas, the mountainsides, the hills, down there at the entrance area. They will both grab blowers and fine detail blow the entire estate, all of them. Fine detail blowing is a must. We'll talk about that later. When you're training new guys, just remember, don't put them on difficult sections. Remember their ability level and don't push their limits. You want them to be successful for you and your clients. Let's move right along to the knowledge you're going to need to have these accounts. Can you name this flowering shrub right here? Do you know when to trim it back? Do you know what fertilizer it needs? How many boxwood species do you see in this picture right here? D-Runks, Justin Bowers, Green Giants. We have variegated pyramidal. That's just in that one little scene. All those different species of just boxwoods. How many species of boxwoods do we have available to us out here? Do you know that? Look it up. You'll be amazed and surprised at the different options that are available to us. These mansions don't only have manicured areas. We have back wood lines like this one here that my weeding crew will hit every other week to keep it manicured down. These azaleas, do they thrive in sunlight or shade? Do you know when to trim these back? Do you know when to feed them? How often to feed them? What to feed them? Do we trim back flowering shrubs like the one over there in the fall or in the spring? These are all questions that need to be answered immediately in your head. And if you don't have the answer, look it up quickly and provide that for your own knowledge and for your clients. The spirea here need to be trimmed at a different time than others, so they will have healthy blooms. Now, roll through here with me and see the difficult level of the hillsides, the banks. Think about when it rains, when it's really wet. We all know how that gets. So not every week is going to be easy. Sometimes we have to push mow that back section and weed eat that area. The perfection level that you give your clients has to be at the top tier. You have to pay attention to every detail out here, and they will appreciate it. They see how hard we work. The client up there in the mansion there brings me a beer every single Friday. The only beer I drink, but they appreciate me. Do you see all these potential money-making services that you can provide, this top-tier accounts, compared to your mow and goes, compared to your commercial buildings that only want the grass cut and the trash picked up? In my opinion, like I've said, if you're an artist and you're solo or you have one or two helpers, in my opinion, residential high-end clients and properties are just so much enjoyment involved. Just to know all these different perennials, plants, to let the clients know that you appreciate them even allowing you on their property. Just, it takes your life to a whole different level than mowing tall grass and overgrown jungles and free city violation cuts. This is enjoyable out here. This isn't miserable at all. You can let me know in the comments if you think there's a big difference. Ha! There's my buddy up there cutting in his own driveway. See? Successful people, they work hard for their money and success. Don't think otherwise, ever. He's going to turn that into an amazing picture, for sure, to match up the rest of them. These beautiful peonies, they need cages before they flop over and fall down. I called this client this morning, my rainy Saturday, and sold them that. They were in it to win it right away. We talked about other projects they may be interested in. I'll be meeting with her before we come up here and do the spring mulching event, which is coming soon. Yeah, we're going to have videos on all these places getting mulched thoroughly. We've already put down 2 tractor trailer loads of mulch this season, and this set of 3 properties, just the homes themselves, is an additional 2 tractor trailer loads once we're done. I save these towards the end of the spring season because of all the tree trash, the pollen, everything that falls down in the spring, all those blooms that were so beautiful, all that, they're a pain for us out here taking care of these places. You can see it here all over the driveway. Think of this as total property management, because that's what you're doing out here. You are managing their entire estate, top to bottom. Anything you see out here needs to be addressed and perfected. It gives your clients the peace of mind they don't have to worry about anything. All this pollen, this grass hasn't been cut yet. Dalton went through and weeded it already, but I'm going to show you real quick in the after footage of this area how good that Scag Turf Tiger 2 can do for you if you know how to use it. Anybody can come here and chop this grass. Can you make all this pollen and trash disappear in this driveway area without getting off your mower one time at all? Because I just did this right here without stepping foot off my mower. Everything is clean. There's barely any blowing left to do. So you got to get these skills to be on the top tier level 5 properties and be successful at it. I want to make something real clear, that just because I specialize in the residential aspect of these level 5 properties does not mean that level 5 does not exist in the commercial properties or the HOA properties that we've already discussed. There's plenty of high-end, large-scale properties that want your business and want your expertise and skill set. That being said, I know from a personal experience level in life that to have those large properties at that high level, you must have your employees trained 100% in detail-oriented work. And most importantly, time management. If you jump into that large scale landscaping, lawn care, full service on the HOAs and the large commercial accounts that want perfection, you are going to go through 500 employees or more within 10 years. And to do that well and successfully and not go belly up, you have to have top-notch foremen in place that know everything I'm talking about right here, right now. They have to manage those 10, 15 people on site in a timely fashion for you to make money. They have to detail out every single thing about every single place for you to keep those accounts. And that's every single week. For me, the residentials with the single owner clients that I deal with, so much more enjoyable on a business level than having those large HOA meetings with the garden club involved, walking property, picking apart every single thing everywhere. And I'm talking like 80 homes that all look the same, with tons and tons of work that we had discussed in the past. So we've discussed so many different levels and properties. It's up to you and your business model and how you want to structure your life. My life went from being good with a salary position, being in charge of my own gig on site, but I was working for other companies, so I was only making $60,000 a year. I had no free time. I slaved away, had to be there before the sun came up, and I left when the sun went down. My lifestyle now, totally different, totally enjoyable, and still plenty of hard work involved. And the income has doubled, if not tripled, making this move on my own. and just trusting in myself and my own self-discipline to keep this business, this life that I've created, going in a positive direction. Changes will come and go through different stages of your own business. Mine is going to be coming up on some major changes. I'm making those adjustments as we go forward here, and you're watching them, you don't even know it. I'll be explaining all this stuff as we go through this season, because coming up in a few weeks, drastic changes to my life out here working. So I have to figure out how to make it all work and keep flowing in the direction it needs to. These Scag mowers are amazing. The Stihl equipment you saw us use is amazing. I stand behind both of those products 100% after 30 years out here in the field doing this stuff. The diamonds they lay in the grass, the way that the velocity decks disperse, perfect machine for the size properties I have, and for the smaller properties that you gentlemen may have. They have smaller units. Look into them. I stand behind Scag. I told you guys before, we talked about detail blowing. We blow off every single wall, every single surface. They spent at least 30 minutes or more on each property just blowing the pollen today. So that's an additional charge because it doesn't happen year round. But right now, we put in extra time, extra effort to clean up all the tree trash that has fallen. Make sure you include this stuff in your services. It's hard work, and you need to be paid for it, no matter what. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself after watching this video and listening to me talk about what all this entails, if you're thinking, Randall, I don't have a $100,000 mowing rig with 2 huge mowers on it. I don't have 2 employees rolling around with me, young guys that can learn and do it 100%, 100 miles an hour with me. I don't have that. Guys, trust me, I started off this estate with all these homes with my 48-inch walk-behind, belt-driven mower 10 years ago. And through my hard work and dedication to myself and my family and my business, this is where I'm at. My channel is all about helping all you who want to grow and better yourselves, no matter what level that is, no matter what properties you want to take care of, no matter what you're going through in life. This channel is here to help you get through it. That's a wrap, everybody. It's a little bit after 6 o'clock on Friday. So the cul-de-sac, the 3 mansions, the entrance here you're looking at right now, took a little bit over 3 hours with 3 guys. Now, I gotta come back tomorrow to do bed maintenance and weed patrol. Hey, that'll be my Saturday. Probably take me 4 hours, I'm guessing. Hour each property. But hey, this is where that top tier is. I have year-round work guaranteed at these beautiful homes, and I've secured a relationship through many different ways. We'll touch on that kind of stuff on a totally different video. Alright, so look, as always, be good if you can. Always be kind and love each other. Elite Landscape style. Peace.